Angie, and you're watching Dante's Vaccination.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So we have the last of the lightweight fights this weekend. It should be a pretty good one for as long as it lasts. Lomachenko versus former champion Richard Comey. Comey will be a serious underdog in this fight, and unlike George Kambosos, Comey will most likely look like the underdog in this fight. It wasn't too long ago that Richard Comey suffered his knockout loss to Teofimo Lopez. Now, while Comey does have a better puncher chance than many, you know, the fact that he's so heavy on his feet seems that he would be tailor-made for Lomachenko's angles and foot movement. Now, Lomachenko is already the mandatory for George Kambosos' belt, so I would not be surprised if George Kambosos, he decides to fight Lomachenko as opposed to unifying all of the belts for undisputed and fighting Devin Haney. It's something about Devin Haney, man. There is something about Devin Haney. Lomachenko, he vacated his belt to avoid his mandatory Devin Haney. And for those of you guys who don't know, before Devin was Lomachenko's mandatory, Loma had a lot of mandatories that he defended his title against. He faced them all, and they were all unknown super underdogs. So you can't use the excuse that Lomachenko, he surrendered his belt to Devin Haney because Devin Haney at the time hadn't fought anyone, because that was the same situation for all of the mandatories that Lomachenko had beat before. I've already told you guys, Ryan Garcia, he said it on multiple interviews, that Devin Haney will be the most difficult fight out of all of the big four. And by their actions, I think all of them feels the same way, including Lomachenko. Not only did Lomachenko vacate his belt to avoid his mandatory Devin Haney, but afterwards, he admitted that Devin was the real WBC champion, meaning Teofimo was never undisputed. So the question is, if Lomachenko is admitting that Devin Haney is the real WBC champion, why would he not go after the WBC champion now? Loma is making it very clear he wants the Kambosos fight. He said nothing about the Devin Haney fight. When Devin Haney was trying to make the fight, Lomachenko wasn't interested. But we know that Lomachenko, he was interested in the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and he's interested in the Kambosos fight, and of course, the Comey fight. So once again, we know what it is when it comes to Devin Haney. Loma, by his own admission, he said he does well against southpaws, other southpaws. And I know for a fact he does well against shorter or smaller southpaws like Guillermo Rigondeaux and shorter fighters like Gary Russell Jr. Now, when it comes to long, tall fighters, that's when Lomachenko struggles. We've seen this in the Luke Campbell fight. Luke Campbell's reach and his height and his boxing ability is what gave Lomachenko a lot of problems. By Loma's own admission, he said that that was the most difficult fight of his career. So if a Lomachenko was the most difficult fight of his career, we could imagine the type of problems he would have with a very long, athletic Devin Haney. So with that being said, I believe Lomachenko, he will stop Richard Comey this weekend, and he will try to pursue the George Kambosos fight. But if George Kambosos doesn't take that fight, that's going to leave Lomachenko out there possibly having to take a much more dangerous fight against Shakur Stevenson. That's the fight that Bob Arum said he wants to make if he can't make Lomachenko versus Kambosos. We're going to find out real soon, guys, if we're going to have another MBF affair at the lightweight division. Because I can tell you right now, once again, if Kambosos takes the Lomachenko fight, there's a very good chance, no matter who wins that fight, neither one of them are going to go for undisputed and fight against Devin Haney, which is so ironic because old media, they made it seem like undisputed was the biggest thing in the sport. Now, all of a sudden, when George Kambosos does interviews, he says he doesn't even care about being undisputed. He just wants to fight the best, right? At least that's what he said when I had my reporter, Skip, asking him the tough questions. Questions that me and Aki wrote for Skip. You guys can go back and watch it on my channel, the interview. Kambosos continued to say over and over, I don't care about being undisputed. I don't care about that, right? I don't care about having all the belts. All of a sudden, when new media was gone and Kambosos was doing interviews with old media, then he started to say, look, man, I'm undisputed. So it's starting to sound like a Teofimo situation all over again. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we get to watch the best fight against the best. Let's see what happens after this Saturday. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. Contact them at 704-499-3471. And make sure you follow them on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Loma-Commey Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to Loma-Commey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.